Got it. We got it. Okay, Eva. So I am so delighted to have you here today on the podcast interview, the Sound of Your Soul podcast interview. And how did you get into your healing journey?
I just wanted to say so much. I'm so thrilled. Thank you so much for this opportunity
That's
that I can come in here and tell you a little bit about myself and a little bit of incredible work that I'm trying to bring to people.
yes.
So my name is Eva, and my journey. So maybe I should start with I'm helping women with endometriosis, with cysts, and with overall imbalances in the womb area. And my journey is very personal, as of
Very nice.
I was diagnosed with endometriosis again a few years ago, and because I was in a different stage in my life, I kind of thought, okay, let's have a look at it slightly differently. Let's not just go with the usual doctor practice. And that's where I came from. And I'm happily can say that as of today, managed to reverse about 80-90% of it, which is
Wow, that is
absolutely amazing.
incredible.
Um, and I really, really want to bring that back to people because we need it. We women need it.
Yes, yes. And
Um,
can you tell us a bit about like what does it do? Your the condition that you have.
exactly, yes. So endometriosis, whenever you hear endometriosis straight away, it's very much so associated with pain,
Okay.
painful periods, painful living, really.
Yeah.
Like for me myself, it's because it can grow into, it's like little lumps that can grow in places that it shouldn't grow, whereas it should be really with every cycle
Cycle,
it should
cycle.
be just removed out of your body, whereas instead of that it goes into various places, and if something grows where it shouldn't be growing, it's pain. It it shows with the pain, right?
Wow.
So the way mine endometriosis came back, apart from my ovaries, it also came back in my C-section um, C-section cut, right? So that's on abdomen. So
Okay.
that took away, in a way, living from me. As of I got to the point of pain where I wasn't able to even walk, because it was so painful. So and today I was actually, before we sit down here, I sat down and I thought about, it's like at least 2 years now where I'm back living, I'm back dancing, I'm back exercising, I'm back doing everything that I loved and I couldn't do because it was so painful during or after, that kind of way.
Yes.
So yeah, when you hear endometriosis, the main thing is pain.
Pain.
Plus, because of the imbalances in hormones, you can get then into difficulties in having children and stuff like that. And with all of that, I would say there's a massive, massive impact on your head, on your self-esteem, on your feeling as a worthy person, because all of a sudden you have that pain that everybody's like, I know what you're talking about, right? It's just period, just move on with it and stuff like that, whereas like you really struggling.
That is, I mean, that is for me, that is a wide eye opener for me now to hear about your struggles. And I mean, that is so brave of you to come on and share your story with us and explaining it so well how you survived it.
Um, yeah, in a way, yes. I have survived it, yes.
Have survived.
But for me, it's important that
Yes.
people hear about it. I don't
Yes.
hide away from it
Oh,
anymore. Like it's like
exactly.
this is it. This is what I went through, and we can all get better if we really understand ourselves a
Yes.
little bit more. Because what's incredible is our bodies can heal. Our bodies are designed in a way that they regenerate every cell in our body cycle in a cycle, right?
Yes, yes,
But because of how we live, how we eat, how we think, how what we surround each other with, we don't give the body doesn't have space to do it. Like even food alone is we really eat too much. And I'm not talking about what we eat,
yes,
how we eat. Why
yeah,
do we eat? Like why do you actually grab that crisps? You know,
yeah.
you're not really hungry.
No, no. And people
And
just
only
eat
when I
like,
yeah, just oh
oh,
yeah, something, just a habit of having something, right? Or oh, taste. And I'm not saying you should be excluding everything,
yes,
but start being more conscious about, like when I started experimenting with that, because I did different types of fasting, for example, right? And I know fasting in general is not for everybody, but
mhm,
I experimented with different ones, longer ones and like those intermediate ones where you
yes,
finish your food around, 4 or 5 o'clock
yes,
and you don't eat until morning. And only when I got onto that journey, I started noticing because you don't really like pay attention to it. Geez,
yes,
90% of the time, I'm not really hungry. Like, it's
yes,
not like my belly is rumbling as, oh, give me food,
yeah,
It's really psychological. So that was an eye opener as well.
yes, yes. That's very good. And I experienced intermittent fasting as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not for everybody. It's not. It's
No,
just
no, and I appreciate that as well. That's why I find myself as well. I love the fact that we're living these days. There's so many things that you can try, but you don't have to do. There's no like, oh, you have to do that. But at the same time, why not try that? Because maybe that's something that will actually help you, right?
Mhm. I
It might be
agree.
for you unless you try it.
Yes, yes. It's incredible. Like I mean, it's amazing how you're trying new things and your body is healing and you know it's amazing how you got that back to what is it 99%.
90%, yeah, 90%. So there's still some left, but
But that's it. You should honor that because that's so incredible for you to do that. It's amazing.
yeah.
I mean, everyone is going to go, wow, what is this woman going on? This is really I want this is going to be on the newspapers or something, you know. It's brilliant.
um, Yeah, to be honest, I read not that long ago about a story about a woman with endometriosis who lost her battle.
Oh,
And they were talking about that it literally spread everywhere, right? Even to her brain and stuff.
wow.
And I'm looking at stories like that and I'm like, oh my God, like we could all really help each other if we just step out a little bit and look at it slightly differently. Because what happens is when you're living in pain every day, you start hating yourself. You
Yes.
start hating this body. Like, why do you pay? Why do
Yeah.
I feel that? Stop that, right? You want really to
Yes.
stop it.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Uh, whereas it's so you actually have to start listening to it. You actually have to turn around and say, okay, what are you saying?
Yes.
What can I do to help you? No matter how, difficult it is, you actually have to start loving your body and loving yourself and talking to yourself.
I agree. That is so good. I talk to myself, I think, every day.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And when
And
no
like
one's
I
around, I just talk.
yeah, and I know like you use sound, right? As a
Yes,
as a healing medium. Like I
yes,
use that as well a lot. Like I love like even like putting something into my ears and just
yes,
like just
yes,
by myself. And I find that this online world that we're living in these days more, I find it so incredible. Like I live alone here with my son, right? So a lot of the things I wouldn't be able to do unless I can actually connect here like this, that kind of way.
yes,
So I find it incredible that you can try and find things like this and you can do them in your own time. You
yeah,
don't necessarily have to go out at this time, at that hour, on
yes,
that day.
yes,
You can actually fit these things into your life and it makes a difference.
yes.
So
Sure does. It makes a total
Yeah.
difference because I mean, you're not just going rushing around or, you're not late or, I forgot my gloves. I don't know,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So,
Yeah. So when I started looking at it from a different perspective, apart from like diet and in fasting and looking at the food that we were talking about, uh, my first point of contact was Reiki. That's what I started
nice.
first.
Okay. Very good.
I
Very good.
think I think you know Reiki as well.
I do. I do.
Um,
Yes.
so and interestingly enough, for a long time I was doing all different steps and I was doing them, okay, I want to help myself until I started seeing the difference. And that's when the calling came that I can bring it further. Now, very recently, I expanded that as well with the paintings.
Yes. Beautiful
So
paint.
I thank you. That's actually series of chakras paintings. So there are different, different colors for different chakras and stuff. But
Beautiful.
what
That.
what it came to me that I can connect this through Reiki with the client and bring it back. So what happens is we'll have consultation. We talk about what you need, what you're looking for, what's your intention. Then I go off. I connect with the spirits, with the guides. I ask them to tell me what needs to come through,
Yes.
right, onto the painting, being a color, composition, um, different shapes, because it could be different for every person, right?
Yes.
And I paint that. Then I invite you over and I do a little session that I connect you with the painting. And then you bring that painting with you home. So it's around you and it works with you. It continues work. So when I started painting, what I found is I I would paint and it's fine. Like I love it, right? It's done recently that I started, but I having so much fun with it as well.
Very
But
good.
I also notice it that then I sit down when it dries off and I love to just sit and touch it. And for a long time, I didn't understand, like, what's going on? Like, 'cause I could sit, and just be with them. And that's where I was like, that's what it is. It actually can bring that in to people.
Yeah,
So,
it's like you're connecting the pictures and you're connecting the all the chakras and you're connecting different chakras up, lining up.
yeah,
And it's how you're expressing your sign for Reiki and expressing it through art. And I think that's beautiful. It's
yeah, yeah, it's incredible. And
yes.
in fairness, this is something that came to me like, and I was thinking about it last night. It's like, I will never come up with that with my mind, with my human's mind. It would be like, this is crazy. So,
So
so
I
I
think
know there's a lot more in it than what I could imagine, I could come up with. So,
I think it's a brilliant idea. I think it's a fantastic idea. It's amazing because all those chakras represent everything.
oh yeah,
And it's just like hands-on healing. I know you can do that. But there's many ways you can connect with Reiki. Many, many, many ways.
yeah,
And it
yeah.
doesn't have to be like, oh, da, 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 da. It can be
No,
all sorts of things. And they do the exact same thing as Reiki does. So it's perfect. Like it's amazing.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Incredible. And I think you're incredible for showing up and showing me your pictures and
Uh,
fantastic. I think that you got like, you can see the art going and you can see the chakra colors and you can just go into your mind and then just paint what they look
yeah,
like to you.
yeah,
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 I
yeah.
think beautiful. Oh my God, I think it's amazing that you're still here and I think it's you got a strong will. You got a strong instinct there to kick it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, but what I love about it is you on all of that going inside journey, you learn so much about yourself.
Yes, you
And
do.
on top of it, you're like, if I can go over this and that, there's no stopping, right?
There's
Like
no,
you can do anything.
you
You
can,
can do anything and everything that
Yes.
you can ever think of.
Yes,
And
you
that's
can.
what's incredible. And
Yeah.
I believe that, for example, being a mom like of a small kid, that drives me even more, you know? It's like,
Yes.
no, like we I can do better every
Yes,
day.
exactly. I think it's
Even just
amazing.
to show, you know, look, you can actually get what you want
You
if you
can.
actually put your head into it. Yeah. So
I think
absolutely. Even stuff like, like an actual physical pain, and issues in yourself. So we do a little healing sessions with my son every time there's something wrong with him. So I'm teaching him from a little
that's
so,
gorgeous. That's
so
and
he doesn't have to learn when he's old like me.
yeah. You're not old. No, you're not old. We're
Uh,
all young. Mhm.
we all young, exactly. Yeah,
We're all
yeah, yeah. But it's
young.
easier, I find it, I think, at least that's my thinking and feeling, that it's easier when you're actually getting that from the little, because we all came with that.
We
But
did. We did.
then, yourself, like, but then we were taught out of it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, because our soul is like our deepest soul. Like, I mean, we
Yeah.
have a deep soul that makes us a human being. Like, this is the soul. The soul speaks to us, you know,
Mm,
and it's
yeah.
it's very strong. And then it's very like you're a being. You're living in a being body, and it's your heart and it's your soul and your deepest soul that you connect to, and that's
Yeah.
amazing. And everyone has it, but they're not tuned into it. Uh,
Exactly. Exactly.
so
And there
it's
are different reasons for it, right? Like quite
yes,
often, like very dramatic reasons why not.
yes, exactly. It's
And not understanding. So that's why I find that this is incredible that we all starting to understand it more. So when you have kids around, you can actually have a very different conversation than I would have, or you would probably have,
yes.
when you were smaller. So there is a hope.
Yes, there is. Oh, I think it's amazing what you're doing. I think the time is nearly coming up now, but I think this is an amazing interview that I've ever had now, and you are so blessed with the Reiki you have, and and you're a strong woman to do this.
It was quite a turning point for me when I felt really deeply that I'm blessed that I got my endometriosis.
Yeah. Oh, very good.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I probably wouldn't be here,
Yes.
like we
It,
probably wouldn't have that conversation if not
it
if not that.
yeah, it took you on a journey. It took you on a
Yeah,
journey to find, I suppose, find who you are as a person to grow from it.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
And I want to thank you very much for coming on. And I
Thank
appreciate
you so much.
your experience, and I appreciate your story. And it is one incredible story that you have to share. And I'm so blessed that I got a chance to talk to you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.